Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. Welcome back to our journey through the Seltzerberg movies. We're on Disaster Movie, a movie that many people apparently have said is the worst of these movies. And to all those who say that, you stopped watching after this one, didn't you? You didn't watch anymore after this, did you? Because I guarantee you, there are worse. Alright? There are 3 more movies after this. And I believe, I haven't seen the Starving Games, but the other 2 probably worse. Although I think I can have fun with Super Fast because I think they kind of toned down the stuff. This was really, if Epic Movie was the start of throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks, this was the biggest. Let's just throw everything. And when I say everything, whatever came out in 2008, for a movie that came out in 2008, yeah. And the plot is Armageddon mixed with Cloverfield and a little bit of Twister. Yes, I call out the nostalgia critic who said that there was only 2. So he didn't like Cloverfield, and it was a long time ago, and that review was very short. But because you have the font for the opening title, the credits, the title card is Armageddon, and there are meteors falling, and then there are also twisters going around. But the main plot of our main character Will and our other main characters traveling to save his girlfriend is from Cloverfield. There's no aliens, but which is weird considering that the Crystal Skull is the Horcrux of the film, but there's no aliens involved for some reason. Or whatever the Cloverfield monster is now. It was an alien, and now it's something from a parallel universe thanks to the Cloverfield paradox. I don't know. But yeah. So we start off in 10,000 BC, because that movie came out, right? Yep. And so we meet a caveman who's played by Matt Lanter, who's actually our main character, Will, but this is a dream, we find out. But he's just marching along, falls in a pile of shit. Nah, funny. Yeah. And he meets Wolf from the American Gladiators reboot that didn't last that long. In fact, I barely know who Wolf is. He was notable at that point, but yeah. And this is the first character of many played by Ike Barinholtz in this movie. No kidding. He plays Wolf, the guy from No Country for Old Men, Hellboy, Batman, a random cop on the street, Prince Caspian, Beowulf. That's 7 characters, and I might even missed one. Krista Flanagan plays only 2 characters in this movie. Junie and Hannah Montana / Miley Cyrus. No, that's not 3 characters. Shut up. And Nicole Parker plays 3 characters in this movie. One we're going to meet in a minute. Another character who is the princess from Enchanted, and Jessica Simpson. Hey! We finally found one without a Paris Hilton reference. But yes, so yeah, Will beats Wolf by hitting him in the nuts, and we get a joke that's now funny about, oh, they're too small anyway, from the steroids. Yeah, we get it. You don't need to point out the obvious. Why do they keep putting on the obvious in these movies? Then he stumbles upon Amy Winehouse. Guess that's the thing, to make a Facebook reference. And she tells him the end of the world is coming in August 29th, 2008, which was close to the release date. It was August 20th, but whatever. That's it. And then he wakes up in bed with his girlfriend, Amy, who was played by Vanessa, at the time, Manillo, now Lachey. Lachey nostalgia critic, not Lackey. The hell you pronounce it? Lachey. You know, like Nick Lachey. And it's funny because there's Jessica Simpson reference in this, and she was with Nick Lachey at the time, or at least she was at one point, and now I do a gag where Flavor Flav pops out of their bed, and it's confusing because then the little guy pops out, JoJo. Wait, they were both in the bed. Whatever, Flavor Flav. And the thing is that Will he's afraid of commitment, which a lot of guys are. Sure, happens to us. But that's it from Amy. She storms off, and he mentions, "You go to my sweet 16." She says, "You're 25," and then just when you think it's a commentary on, oh, they hire older actors to play teenagers. No, it's a joke because they're going to my super duper sweet 16 from the MTV or what, VH1, whatever it was. Yeah. So we get to the party and we get more references. Superbad, Dr. Phil, No Country for Old Men. I'm not giving you context because there isn't any. Juno. Yeah, just Dr. Phil shows up. They call me Dr. Fill You Up. The guy from No Country for Old Men shows up as Calvin, who is Will's best friend. Calvin, played by Gary G. Thang, whatever his last name is. And so every character in these parody movies is a parody of something, right? I'm assuming Kim Kardashian is just a parody of herself. But the only thing I can think of for Calvin is that he's supposed to be a parody of Craig Robinson's characters he would play in movies. Only thing I can think of, he kind of looks like him. We got the No Country for Old Men guy comes up and uses that air compressor between the eyes of some guy that Calvin is shaving the eyebrows of. The guys from Superbad are stealing beer, and so Kim Kardashian tells Calvin to curve the bullet to shoot at them with the gun, and we get a wanted reference with Carmen Electra, because she's always in these, playing the role of Angelina Jolie, tell her to curve the bullet. He has a fantasy of them wrestling in a ring. He curves the bullet, but it goes all the way around for some reason and shoots Kim Kardashian in the head. We get a Juno reference, and then Calvin gives Will. First of all, we get more references to Cloverfield with her showing up with an underwear model, and it's literally a dude in his underwear. And Calvin gives Will his birthday present of a High School Musical, and they all turn into the characters from High School Musical, right? Will is Troy, Calvin is Chad, and the other people are around. Yeah, and it's a spoof of we're all in this together, but it's we'll all be friends forever unless a random disaster destroys this city. That's the choreography we got here, folks. Yeah, and then stuff starts to happen right after that. So now we're going full into the mode. By this point, Vanessa has stormed out because her argument she got him with Will. Where we get like the one really funny joke, because it's not ruined by something stupid at the end. She's like, when we were doing it, I was thinking of another guy. And he goes, yeah, well, so was I. And they don't ruin it by going, no, that's not what I meant. No, they leave it. They let it linger. Hey, Pineapple Express came out in 2008. Oh, you didn't reference that. That's 2009. It's 2009, never mind. Yeah. So now they have to find someplace safe. So they're running out and all this disaster stuff. People are getting... There's these people, women in bikinis, one of them shits themselves. I don't know. And our main characters are now revealed, and you wouldn't think it is. So, at least three of them are obvious. Will, Calvin, Kim Kardashian. She has a name, but she's just Kim Kardashian. And Juno, or Junie as she's called here, played by Krista Flanagan. Yeah, Junie. And of course they have her talking those snarky Diablo Cody stuff, but they're making fun of it, so it sounds all stupid. Yeah. They're main characters, and we're now just going through the motions, running into random movie stuff. I may sound like I'm annoyed, but I'm not. It's just, I don't know. It's a little late, but so as they're running around, they eventually, I can't think of anything to run into at first. They're just running out. He's trying to find Amy, and they go into a warehouse, and that's where they meet the Sex and the City girls. Yep. And, you know, it's been a long-running joke that Sarah Jessica Parker has a horse face. I think she's fine, but it's been a long-running joke, so of course they have her played by a man. Yeah, and Junie has a fight with them, and despite the fact that her water breaks, she's still pregnant for the rest of the movie. Yeah. Oh, no, that's not here. That's later. They say they gotta buckle up for shelter, so they gotta, after they defeat the Sex and the City girls, I think they do the Zohan thing where the feet comes out. Yeah, it's the baby feet too. They do that. And they're like, oh, we have to get naked and we have to huddle for warmth. And I always thought, okay, I get huddling for warmth, but if you're naked, like your body heat would still transfer if you were wearing clothes. Do you think if you were naked you'd be colder? The women get naked supposedly. We don't see it, but yeah. And then Junie's water breaks, but then nothing comes from it at all. Nothing. She's still pregnant the rest of the movie, so I don't know. Let me go back out for some more references. Tornadoes and winds is happening, so we need superheroes. Iron Man shows up, and he gets hit by a cow because Twister turned into a tin can. Then Hellboy shows up. Ike Barinholtz is back. And he gets hit by a cow, then storms off all pissed because it's Hellboy. Then a guy who's supposed to be Edward Norton shows up. Don't get me angry. You don't like me when I'm angry. And he turns into the Hulk, and the wind rips his pants off. And Calvin says, at least he didn't get hit by a cow. Then, of course, he gets hit by a cow. Because of course he does. Because these people don't know how a joke works. Because they think stating the obvious, stating something that we have already noticed, and then doing exactly the opposite of what you just said, they think that's funny. I still say this is the best one. I'm just saying. Yeah, so now what do? They gotta run. Kim Kardashian gets killed. Yep. Because she was too much to keep paying, I guess. But no need to fear. We meet another character right fucking away. The princess from Enchanted, played by Nicole Parker. Yes, and I do like the joke that she's not really a princess. She's a drug addict who lives in the sewers. And the prince is her pimp. Ted Hogenbrink from American Pie Bandcamp and Lost Boys of Tribe is back. And he's the pimp. Then, the last one they stomped the yard. Now we gotta step up. But like the second one, not the first one. And do the obvious stunt double thing again. And then shit got real. So the princess is like, you can have her bye. And now the princess is the main character. For some reason. Yeah. Okie dokie. So, Will finally gets ahold of Amy, and she's at the museum. And if you think we're not going to have a night at the museum parody, you just gotta wait. She's at a museum, And Will's like, okay, we have to go save her. After they do I don't know, whatever phone company it was, drop call commercial they had back in the day. That's the only commercial they do. The princess at one point says she has a headache. So, of course, we get head on, apply directly to the forehead. Head on, apply directly to the forehead. I do like how it goes. It goes on a little bit too long, but those commercials did go on too long. That's the point. But at one point, the announcer's just like, head on, motherfucker. Apply it directly to your motherfucking forehead. It's funny. They get to another warehouse, because of course they do, and it's there and hiding that, well, the princess eats glass, because that's just stupid. The chipmunks show up, and at first it seems alright, and then it turns out they're not really the chipmunks, and they try to attack them, and they kill Junie by eating her bone marrow, and the others leave. She's a pregnant woman. They meet Batman, Ike Barinholtz again, who tells them that a bus is coming at 9 o'clock, and so they have till that point to get where they're going. There's also somewhere in there a Speed Racer reference, and I've kind of not been mentioning this because it's not worth mentioning, but I do it here. In every one of these so far, there's been a Michael Jackson reference. I don't know why these people are obsessed with Michael Jackson. They are. There was, I don't remember what date movie was. Something, I think there's was that the one where he was trying to talk to a little kid in an alleyway or something? Epic movie. There was a reference to Michael Jackson. And then they had in all these. I don't know. But yeah, so they have to get back to get to the bus by 9. So, off we go. I'm missing any more parodies. Look at the cover here. Oh, and I forgot one very important one. That's what happened. When they first go out, a meteor has landed on Hannah Montana. Yes. And the joke is that she keeps dying and then coming back to life. And wouldn't you know it, can you guess? This joke goes on for way too long. It just keeps happening. They even do the joke of, oh wait, she was Miley Cyrus. Yeah, that was only a secret on the show. I don't know. Yeah, that was... Anyway, so they get to the museum, and I do like what Amy's like, a statue fell on me, and it's like one little pierce into her shoulder. So they get there, like, well, how are we going to get this off of her? I'm like, what? Oh, there's also a Get Smart parody, because that came out that year. And Calvin answers the shoe phone, but the joke is that there's dog shit on it. I never liked that joke. Anyway, we're at the museum, and so he gets to Amy. And this is just wasting time here, because it is. It is. He gets to Amy, they take the statue off, and she's perfectly fine. They confess their love for each other, and then Amy queefs out the... She plops out the crystal skull from her vagina. That's literally what happens. It's about this. And I'm just like, I forget that she does that. But Calvin and the princess are like, we gotta go. We gotta catch the bus. And he's like, we gotta deal with this. You guys go. He's like, okay, bye. And they leave. But then, for some reason, the door is locked and they can't leave. Which makes no sense because there's no one else there but them. So who locked the door, huh? But no, we gotta do the Night Museum reference, which, yeah, that's a thing, and then yeah. So there's two separate encounters that go on for way too long. First, Will and Amy come across Beowulf, and the joke is that he's naked, and he's professing how much he is not gay, while listing all these things that gay people do. That's the joke, and even when he's on Will's back, he's talking about all the gay things they could do together. Will's saying he's not gay. And then Will hasn't enough of it and hits him in the back of the... I'm sweating. I'm itching. Back with an axe, and he dies. He also says, I am Beowulf, a lot, because that was in the trailer, which is all these people saw. Guarantee. I haven't seen the movie, and I only know I Am Beowulf, so I know about as much as they do. On the other side of things, Kung Fu Panda shows up and accosts Calvin and the princess. Calvin defeats Kung Fu Panda, and he and the princess finally kiss, and then they ruin the character by revealing that she was trans the whole time. They say tranny, but that is not the proper word for it now. Trans. It's just a dude in a dress. That's not. Isn't that technically drag? A drag queen? I don't know. But I feel like that whole character is now just ruined because of that last joke. It's like, what was the point of that character at all? The character is already stupid, and it's just like, oh, it's trans. It's a dude in a dress. That's what it is. No. And they both get killed by a sword from Kung Fu Panda. Because. I don't know. This latter half is kind of... But I do have fun. I do have fun with this movie. I do. So they get to the altar where they're supposed to get the crystal skull. And Indiana Jones show up. Indiana, my ass. That's right. Tony Cox is back. And they made one reference earlier in the film about how Will never knew his dad. Because we got to do the Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of Crystal Skull thing. That's right. I'm your father. And then he won't stop touching her ass. And then he starts to swing out to put the crystal skull back, and he gets caught in a ceiling fan because there's a ceiling fan in a temple room. Some of this I can't defend. So now Will has to do it, and they make it over. Like, I want you to just walk to it. Okay. So they do the crystal skull in there, and it saves the day. So now he and Amy are getting married, but it's officiated by The Love Guru, which is a movie I haven't referenced. It won a Razzie. I don't think it's terrible, but I know it's not a good movie. And one of the main jokes throughout The Love Guru is when he goes, Mariska Hargitay, Mariska Hargitay. Even leading to a joke, Mariska Hargitay. Mariska Hargitay, because Mariska Hargitay is actually there. Here it's Alyssa Milanovic, because Alyssa Milano. And they do the pickle joke. She punches him in the face, and then he's like, now they're married, and he's like, well, I got one more thing to say to you. I'm fucking Matt Damon. And they do this whole song, yes, which I like. And I will point out, I saw this movie in the theater. It was a PG-13 cut, and they did not say effing. No, they said dating. I'm dating Matt Damon. You're dating Matt Damon? Well, I'm dating Hannah Montana. He's dating Hannah Montana. And I remember watching this and going, this doesn't sound right. Something's off. And I date them back, you see. Yeah, when they get, everyone dates me, and I date them back, you see. And the Mexican, too, with the tragic hairdo. Oh, I forgot another important plot point. Not really. But they do a Jumper parody, right? And the only thing I like about this is the punchline. Because they do Jumper parody to show what happened between him and Amy. And they're together. He jumps off. He jumps underneath her skirt to see what's up. She says, I love you. He jumps again. He jumps away and lands on Prince Caspian's sword. And he's like, hello? Huh? He's the guy who ruined Star Wars. I'm trying to think, I had to stutter. He's the guy who... Blah! My stutter comes in. He's the guy who ruined Star Wars. I like that joke. He's the guy who ruined Star Wars. Hot take. Wasn't that bad. Although, man, somewhat, it's the dialogue that's bad. I don't know, Hank Christensen's also been iffy. You ever see his episode of Goosebumps? We'll be seeing you, cousins. No second take. No, we don't have to. Okay. But yeah, that's how the movie ends with the I'm effing Matt Damon song. And it goes through literally all of the characters. Yeah. You're Michael Jackson. But I'm gonna give this one a pretty good because this is my favorite one out of all these that I have, and I've owned all these for a while, except for Starving Games. I just bought that. It's the one I watched the most. I enjoyed it when I went to see it in theaters. I bought the DVD twice. First one got lost, and I bought another one off of eBay, and I enjoyed watching it. It's fun to go back and watch this. 2008 was the year I moved out here. I think that August wasn't the first movie I saw, but it was up there. I remember when I went to see it too. It was in one of the smaller theaters. I had fun. There wasn't much people in there as you would imagine, but I still had fun with it. So, and I think so far it's the best one. It may be the best one because, at least two of the last three are not that good. I think I can sit through super fast, but I don't know. So, what are your thoughts on this Ash movie? Let me know in the comments below. Should like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.